Good gaming, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Snyder, and today we're gonna watch some new play cEDH. In today's game, we're gonna have a Kinnan, we're gonna have a RogThrash, a Krarkashima, and a Liesa. Liesa, I think it's Fallen Angel or Fallen Archangel. I don't remember. So this game was done at the UniversduFort in Chambly. I don't remember the exact date, but it was, I think, last weekend? The weekend before? It wasn't the weekend of Mother's Day, it was the weekend... I don't remember. So as you know, we are getting bigger and bigger. We are reaching out to some more stores to spread the love. One major outlet, people could not manage there anymore, so we went outside. Le Coin du Jeu in Lachenay is receiving. We have, of course, UniversduFort in Chambly. We have Top Deck Hero in Boucherville, if I remember correctly, which is receiving us. We are having, of course, Expedition Montréal. It's been a while we went to Expedition Rive-Sud. Maybe we'll look. And we are of course having Cornwall on a bi-monthly thing. And remember, Cornwall is gonna have a win a dual land on June 14th. Let me double check. June 14, 2025 is going to be a first win a dual land at Cornwall Gaming. 40 places max. We will be giving away the dual land as soon as we reach 12 player, if I remember correctly. You'll see the poster on the screen. So be there or maybe lose a duel. So if you don't have any duel, that's a good place to start. Come have some fun, maybe win a dual land. That's the best way to do it. I am in talk to try and get something on the past West Island. Universe Collectible in Vaudreuil. We are starting to figure out what we could do on Saturdays or Sundays, most probably Saturdays. And we will try to expand. At Universe Collectible, we started our league. So for for the people that knows me, we had a league at the Scruffy Octopus with the demise of of the store, the location of Scruffy Octopus. We moved that league into the Universe Collectible, and we started with 13 players. Of course, 13 is banned for a league, so I dropped, and we are super happy to be as big as we were when we did the last league. So this is a start for the West Island. I hope it's going to be bigger and bigger. So quick deck tech, we're going to have Kinnan. Of course, everybody knows Kinnan. You want to play Dorks, you want to play Rocks, Kinnan on board. All of them does one more than what they are supposed to be doing, and then you either go and want to do some big flips, get some big creature out, and then do infinite mana with a All Breaker or a All Breaker error bounce to land back to hand. Displacer Kitten is just a flicker, so you want All Breaker and Tidespout Tyrant. I don't remember if it's Tyrant, but I know it's Tidespout something. RogThrash is the new name of the game recently. Well, not really, it's Timnat Trashels, but RogThrash is going up as a faster Timnat Trashels, which is kind of nice to look at, because we were in a mid-range L, went down into something more faster, and now we are going back into mid-range L. It is what it is. So depending on your meta, you will see it that one player will... so we've got one of our player that is kind of dictating the meta. Because when he changes deck, it's because he is adapting to the meta. So he was somewhat stacksy, dropped all the stacks, went super turbo. Everybody went turbo. Now he is going into into stacksier build to try to stop the turbos. And personally, I'm following his lead because I know if he's adapting to whatever is happening, I will absolutely take his lead and go on, build something else. For those that don't know, I made a elevator deck. So, yep, Celestia, I stop you from playing and I hit you with a 12/12 Bird of Paradise or Gilded Goose, which is absolutely super funny. Krarkashima has been going up and down in popularity. The thing is, people don't really like to play against him. Rolling dices forever is taking a long time, and it's respecting people time is often a important thing. So storm off, try to cast free spell to go. So whenever you got a free spell, you hope to bounce it back to your hand and cast it at least when you roll at least once, so that way you can recast your free spell, try to bounce it back to your hand and have a copy, and then it just takes forever. He does whatever he wants. If Krarkashima gets a Fierce Guardianship, if Krark and one of his doubler is on board and he gets a Fierce Guardianship, a deflecting swat, it's just nothing happens anymore. Kind of super rough and not fun to play against. Liesa. I know that she can ignore commander attacks. Liesa. Shroud of Dusk. So there is Liesa, Forgotten Archangel. But it's not that one. It's Liesa, Shroud of Dusk. Rather than pay 2 for each commander tax, you can pay 2 life. And whenever a player casts a spell, they lose 2 life, which is super funny being paired against a Krarkashima. Oh no, it's cast, it's not copy. But then again, every time they cast a spell, the spell makes them lose 2 life, even if they don't get if they don't lose 2 on every copy, they are still gonna lose 2 for the first one they cast. Pre-games are called, all the games are done. We are gonna start with the bottom right. Kinnan dropping a common tower. Manavolt will pass. RogThrash Boseiju, that is man, that's harsh. Rograk Soul Ring, which is decent, will most probably drop an Arcan Signet or a Talisman. Springleaf. Sure. Springleaf is 2 if I remember correctly. No, it's 1. So yeah, he could have played something for 2. Polluted Delta fetches into something. Lotus Petal. Rograk. Oh, Liesa went landed Bass. So it's Bassin d'Elevage, which is Breeding Pool. Tries and casts Kinnan. Mana Bolt for 4. Metamorph Sirexien, which is Phyrexian Metamorph. Kinnan player actually enjoys his French card. Copying Soul Ring. So each player has their small quirk and it's actually super funny. What is that? That's a Surveil land. 1, 2, 3. Ristic Study. So yeah, the name of the game recently, like I was saying in one of my shorts, is Ristic, copies Ristic, copy enchantment, steal enchantment. Ristic into a storm player is actually also super weird. So Tavern Scoundrel, so whenever he wins a flip, he will be making treasure. So Tavern Scoundrel, Varen, I'm missing one, Armenic Prodigy. Liesa, Demonic Tutor. Holy smokes, 5 for Seedborn Muse. Cannot pay for Ristic, but then again, turn 3 Seedborn is, wow. Seedborn is Muse des Graines? Muse ni des Graines. Submerge. Submerge. There is a forest. He has an island. Bounces Seedborn and RogThrash. RogThrash going on top of library or in end or in commander zone. And you need to choose top or bottom. Want to flip makes to treasure. Actually sent RogThrash into the command zone. Drops a fetch and go look for something. I'd have to say that nobody's paying their taxes, so it is kind of, this is bad though. But well, not bad, but not paying your taxes is kind of dangerous. Quick side note, I saw a game where a somebody nearly won by casting Turokol. Not with Consult, not with Demonic, not with Consult, not with Tainted Pag, not with Hermit Druid, not with anything but Ristic and Clever Impersonator being a Ristic. He drew across 70 cards in a few turns because people were storming off, and nearly won with a crazy Ristic. I just draw and draw and draw and draw. Gildadrake stealing the Kinnan. Going back, he said, I'm missing 1 mana, so he could have, as an answer, put 1 mana in his pool, but he did not. It is what it is. 1 reality chip, so you can check at the top of his library. So reality chip by itself is only look at your top. If you reconfigure it, you can do more shenanigans. The thing is, if you reconfigure on Kinnan, he will lose reality chip. Thrasios has 1 blue left. Drops an expedition map on end step with 2 treasures. RogThrash trying to Krarkashima trying to into the Flawed Maw onto the Ristic, giving a fish at resolution. Richard Trigger copies bounce back, also expedition map, so he got a treasure because he won. Let me just rethink about the stack. So I may be wrong, however, the Ristic should have been over the Krark Trigger. Because on cast, Trigger goes from active to non-active player. So Krark Trigger would have resolved first, trying to copy the spell. And then it would have went to the Ristic. Ristic would have been over. And yes, the fish can be given to anyone. And you need to give 2 fish, because he copied, and part of the resolution is... Well, it depends on what he targeted. Gift a tapped fish. You may promise an opponent gift. Return target creature to an opponent's control to its owner's end if the gift was promised. Instead, return target non-land permanent. So yeah, if you copy a spell, you need to copy it in its entirety, and you copy it as also offering a fish, because he was trying to bounce a Ristic with the original, so he had to give a fish. So since he copied all while gifting a fish. But yeah, the Ristic should have been drawn over the copy trigger. 1 red. He's lucky to have Tavern Scoundrel, because he's still mana screwed, not having another land or any other rock. It's fine that he wins and make treasure, but this should not be what he wants to do. Rite of Flame, Krark triggers. Nobody's saying anything. He's saying, odd I win. So lost 1 time. Lost both times. Live by the dice, die by the dice. So if you want to make a Krarkashima player's life even worse, ask him to flip a coin. Because the flicker of a coin, it actually takes longer, and it actually takes you more physical effort than to just rolling a dice. Pretty sure if you call a judge, he would actually enforce that, because it's written flip a coin on the card, not roll a dice. Flip a coin. Man, there is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 different rulings on that card alone. Missed the part, but he will try to drop a land and cast Rite of Flame, lost again, which is kind of funny. Going to Liesa's turn, dropping a Black Market Connection, passes on. So turn 3, Turn 3, 15 minutes for 3 turns. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 ring. Borrow the dice to draw a card with the Anno Unique. Crack Expedition map, mostly going for Cradle. Dropping a Kinnan. 2 blue to cast RogThrash. 2 blue for Roger. 4 green. Ooh, Candelabra. 2 and targeting 2 lands to use the Candelabra. Is she Path to Exile Tracios? Yep, Path to Exile is a decent thing. Cord for 2 because he's convoking. He had a green. What can you go get for 2 that saves us? Is he going for the Breeze Caller? Oboro Breeze Caller. Oboro Breeze Caller 2. Return a land you control to its owner's hand. Untap target land. So I'm not absolutely sure. Path to Exile. Dropping Path to Exile, killing his Tracios. Goes get a basic land. ETB stepped. Don't remember Path. Yeah, surprisingly, I don't play Path to Exile in Rocco because I need to kill my creature and not just exile them. Yeah, he should just return a land back to his use 2. So he has 5. 5 and 6. 4 green. Bounce a land. Untap Cradle. Retap Cradle. Retap Cradle for 4. Tracios. He can bounce a land. They're having a chat around the table. So, okay, so he has 2. Bounce, untap Cradle, retap Cradle for 5. So we make a spawn, drop something on the field. The thing is that it enters, oh, it doesn't enter the battlefield, so he can tap. Oh god, Talongate. Yeah, so now that he's doing 6 with Talongate, he can, yeah, that's it. So he was forgetting that he can actually tap Talongates for 1 colorless when it ETBs. So he actually has infinite mana. If he wanted, he could also create some blue with it, because Talongates is pay 1, tap, make a colorless. So that extra mana could be converted to a blue. Sure, Kinnan. So his win line is now that he figured out that he can actually do infinite mana. He will go and draw with Tracios until he gets Bone Upon a Win, Grape Shot, and Eternal Witness. So he can go infinite doing. Congratulations to the Tracios player. So he had it. All he had to do was tap Talongates for an extra mana. Then he goes and get infinite green, infinite colorless, infinite blue, whatever he wants. He will then go get a Kitten to flicker a Eternal Witness, and he will go get Grape Shot. So Grape Shot is a storm. So if he casts infinite numbers of time, he can Grape Shot everybody at the table except Kinnan, because Kinnan is under 1 ring. However, on his upkeep, he can restart his shenanigan loops and just kill Kinnan at that point. Congratulations to the RogThrash player. That was a nice loop. RogThrash going pretty turbo, trying to get Cradle, and then you abuse Cradle with Oboro Breeze Caller. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here. If you learned anything, don't forget to leave a comment. Please like and subscribe. You don't see it, but I'm doing the heart shape with my hands. Love you all, and I'll see you guys next game.